Hi Papercrafters, welcome to another Design with Jo video. I'm Joanne Rogers, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Central Alberta, Canada, and I've been designing with you in mind since 1999. Today I have another Jo Tips video for you, one that I think is going to make your card making life just a little bit easier. When you're card making and you're working with really intricate dies, this is a super great tip for adhering them. So if you have intricate dies that are like this, they're dies that when you cut them out, they're almost a little bit flimsy. So there's all kinds of little bits here, and you can labor over putting little bits of glue on there, and I do that quite often, but there is a quicker way. So I'm going to be using the Harvest dies, and I'm just going to use the branch here, and stick around to the end because I've got all kinds of samples to show you. So we are going to play with the adhesive sheets, and what these are, they come in a pack of 12 from Stampin' Up, and there's 12 by 6 pieces in here, and it's double-sided adhesive paper. And this is what they look like. So they are 6 inches by 12, and there is sort of a shiny kind of backing on both sides of it. And on one side, you can see that it actually breaks. So there's 3 separate pieces. So what I do is I cut myself a piece that's about the same size as the die that I want to play with. So I'm going to be working with this branch die today. So I can see that that's about the right size that I need it to be. And then I take my piece of cardstock, and what I do is I take off one side of the backing only. So one side, and that just comes apart here with your nail. And if that's a little bit difficult for you to do, you can just lift it up a little bit with your take your pick tool until it's easy for you to pick up. And so there's no adhesive on this one, but there is adhesive here. And so I'm going to lay that down onto my cardstock and give it a good little burnish, and then fold it back until you can get the other side and get that going. Maybe hold that with your finger and then press it down and give that a good burnish as well. And then I'm going to take my die and I'm going to cut it like this. I'm going to turn it over so that I have my adhesive on the back, and I'm going to run that through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And then when you're done, what you're going to have is a piece that looks like this, but that's going to come right out of there, pop right out. And I can just lift that away. And then it's much more solid. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to then lift off this piece here, and it leaves the adhesive behind, and you're going to glue that on top of your card. So let me show you a card that I made with that. So this is my card. So this is glued down in behind in Misty Moonlight. So that's one. Let's see some more ideas with that one. So here's another one with that same stamp set. And you can see I've glued these guys back here a little bit. This is another one done the same way with a piece of watercolor paper. And then moving on to our inspired trees. And this is what I did here for this one tree. As well for these, the whole set of trees, they're all glued down using that adhesive strip. And we have our pumpkins. So our pumpkins here, that's what that looks like when you are finished. And then our wreaths. So we have some wreaths. So this is a little tag that I made, and I made this during a Case the Caddy video, which I'll put the playlist up here that you can get to. There's all kinds of great ideas for casing things out of the Stampin' Up! Catalogs. So that is one wreath glued on that way. Same with this one. This one's a little bit more Christmassy idea. And then a couple random ones. This is the Celebrate Sunflowers stamp set here, also glued on in the same way. And this is the artistic dies. So this guy here was also glued down in the same way. So you can see how that makes a really quick way to add your intricate dies to your cards. I hope you found that tip useful, and make sure you don't miss another Jo Tips video by clicking on the subscribe button now. And if you've got a paper crafting question niggling at you, drop me an email at jo@designwithjo.ca, and let's see if we can't figure it out. Thanks very much, and have a great paper crafting day. Bye-bye.